Hello everyone and welcome to the G3A3 weapon review. Before I go on, since my armor video I noticed that many of you love the technical stuff in Insurgency Sandstorm. So later in the video and for all weapon reviews that will come, we will test the recoil pattern with each attachment. We will also test the penetration of the weapon, the reload time, and if you have any more suggestions for testing with the weapon, you can leave them in the comments down below and I might take them into consideration. So, the G3A3 is a weapon available for the security as Commander, Observer, Rifleman and Demolition. The weapon has a 20 round magazine, but can be extended to 30 with an extended magazine. You cannot attach an explosive launcher or a smoke launcher on the weapon. The weapon is one-shot kill on the upper torso if the target is wearing light or heavy armor, 2 shots, and 2 or more shots if you hit the arms or leg. And now we will test the recoil of the weapon without any attachments, first while standing and then while crouching. So we can see that the recoil it's pretty high, but it's mostly vertical, so it shouldn't be a huge problem to control if you're standing still. You can see right here how much easier is it to control the recoil while crouching, and we will see this with all the weapons. Okay, now the same test with the foregrip. Now you can see the recoil it's a bit easier to control, but on long bursts the recoil will switch to the right side. Now curiously, the recoil of the weapon while crouching will switch a bit to the left side with the foregrip. This is interesting to see. Okay, now just the compensator. The result is very similar to the first test, but we see that it slightly reduced the vertical recoil. Now, while crouching, it seems like the horizontal recoil it's a bit more difficult to control with a compensator than with a foregrip or without any attachments. And now the test with both foregrip and compensator. Here the recoil looks like the one with the foregrip, except it moves in the end after the long burst on the left instead of the right. While crouching, foregrip and compensator it's probably the best choice. And now let's try with the foregrip bipod, first while crouching and then while laying down. Okay, with the deployed foregrip bipod and crouching, you can see that the recoil goes a bit on the left, but it's very easy to control. While you are laying down with the deployed foregrip bipod, the weapon is just a laser gun. You don't even need to manage the recoil that much. And now guys, a final test simulating shooting someone without any stamina. This is just to show you guys how important it is to manage your stamina while playing. So guys, my final conclusion is if you want to use this weapon without any attachments, you can do just fine. I recommend an extended magazine if you want the 30 rounds. And it's important also to shoot while crouching with this weapon. The vertical recoil is very high, so while standing you will have some problems. And if you always shoot while crouching, if you want really almost no recoil while moving around, I recommend both foregrip and the compensator. Don't use just one because they're not gonna make a great difference as you've seen in the test. I was also thinking it might be useful to see the recoil of the weapon while out of stamina with all the attachments, but I think that will make the video too long. Let me know if you want to see it in the next weapon review. Also, the weapon having 500 rounds per minute doesn't have the best rate of fire ever, so it's important that your first shots hit the target while spraying target. If you miss, you will see that many times you will get outgunned. You can also go with my favorite loadout that you can see right now, and that is with the foregrip bipod. The foregrip bipod is available just for the rifleman class, and while laying down you have no recoil, so up to 200 meters you won't have any problems hitting target, even a fully automatic. And now guys, let's see the reload time for the weapon. When it comes to reload, I didn't test the other weapons, but it seems a bit long, so it's better if you make every shot you take count. And I always recommend, if possible, if you're not, sniping from long range, to always use the fast reload. You see, the difference is huge and many times it will save your life. And if you eventually run out of magazine, you can just pick a weapon from the ground, from the enemies or any fallen teammates. When it comes down to the penetration of this weapon, it's pretty good and maintains high damage even after penetrating an object or a wall. What I want to try right now is to see if it can penetrate multiple layers of walls. So we can see that the weapon doesn't penetrate multiple layers of good cover, like the one that you're seeing right now. You might say, how do you know that the weapon didn't penetrate? Otherwise, we would have seen at least one bullet like this in the wall. Another curious thing about this weapon is that having the 7.62x51 caliber, when you hit an headshot, there is a huge chance that you will blow up the enemy's head, which is very funny to see. But only do that if you're confident you're gonna hit the target 100%. Maybe you flank them or they're not moving, whatever. Because otherwise I would suggest always aiming for the upper torso to have more chance of hitting the target. Remember, in this game players cool down very quickly. Another thing I recommend is trigger discipline with this weapon. First of all, because the recoil. Secondly, because if you're confident in your aim and you can kill with 1-2 shots, enemies won't notice your position as easily. So if you're just shooting multiple bullets all the time and you don't have a flash hider, your sound or the muzzle fire of your weapon will give away your position. Another thing you want to do with this weapon is to pay attention to the barrel of your gun, because when you approach corners or room you can give away your position without knowing it. And secondly, with the barrel which is long, if you're too close to cover which is in front of you, you risk the weapon folding, which means that you won't be able to shoot. I also like to use this weapon in cooperative because I can tap enemies very fast and kill multiple opponents without running out of ammunition too fast. Also remember that you can use all the attachments you want in cooperative, so I recommend the suppressor because you won't give away your position as easily. The G3A3 is also a bit heavier than the other weapons available in the respective classes. This weapon weighs 15%, while the other weapons, the M4, the M16, the G3A6 weight 14%. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about this new format. Do you prefer the shorter videos with just gameplay, or do you like this new format with more tests? And if you have any suggestion, leave them in the comments. I'm reading all the comments. I'm taking consideration how to make this weapon review the best possible. I'm also planning to do a new test this week regarding the movement speed and aiming downside to see how much weight affects the aiming downside and the movement while playing. So guys, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one that always kills me because he's laying down. He has like the perfect angle for my head.